Hey guys, welcome back. This is Side Income Dad.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Channel One.
Welcome back. This is Nick.
Oh, you didn't know I mean,
Oh,
Yo.
sorry guys. We had to cut out some bloopers, so that's what's up.
We're
All
all good
right.
now.
Keep it
Yes,
rolling. Fuck it.
yes
Let's
we are.
go.
Yes we are. Show must go on.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So for those of you that are new here, we generally do estimate videos, but today we want to do something a little different for you. We are fairly new investors when it comes to the high yield ETFs, and so we just started in March of this year. And so we've been learning a lot. And one of the things that I think, is good practice is to always kind of back test and take a look at how you're doing and see how you could have maybe done better or whatever. And all these learnings are good. So we wanted to share them with all of you. So one of the things that we want to do today is go over some of these different companies, right? We've got Simplify, Amplify, Roundhill, Neos, YieldMax, and I'm sure there's plenty more out there that we still don't know about. But which one's better? They all do things a little bit different, and maybe today is a day that we might all kind of learn different approaches and how they perform under different market conditions.
Yeah, and a lot of these ones like have been commented by people so that we didn't know. And so like we started taking a look into it and we decided to do all this comparison based
hmm
thing.
So huge shout out to all of you that commented these for us. Obviously, it's huge, right? It helps us, and hopefully, it helps other viewers out there.
Yep.
All right, so right away, in terms of the format for this, I just wanted to point out that this is taking into account dates so that every single one of these funds has values in it. All right. That's why you'll see different dates throughout the whole like page here. It's because we just wanted some value to show up. Obviously, it's not that fair to pick and choose these dates. So we'll go through some of that later on. But for now, we wanted to kind of show if we chose, whatever the latest fund was, if we chose that date and then moved forward, how would they do? Um, a quick overview, you're going to see the same of everything, but I just want to kind of touch base on how this is broken out. So the date is going to show you the price on that specific date for that little subsection. Dividends is going to show you since that date, how much have they paid out in dividends? And then the price today, again, is just the latest price. So in this case, the price here is showing Friday. And then total value is really just dividends plus price, and then your percent return. So this is like a total return. I think it's a good way to judge them. And with that little quick intro, let's jump into this. So right away, we kind of chose this group of stocks where I know they're mainly all BTC based except for ULTY, but YieldMax doesn't have anything that we wanted to bring over here that was more BTC based, right? Like we felt like ULTY was actually the better choice to present here. And if we go all the way back to what is that, April 29, it looks like Maxi would have been the winner at 27%.
Yeah, but they're all kind of similar. So whichever one you chose, you really wouldn't be losing too much
Yeah,
or missing
yeah.
out.
And I mean, if we look at it here, right, like 27%, but they're a very low dividend paying fund. You could have chosen Baggy or YBTC and done pretty close in terms of return and still gotten some decent payouts in terms of dividends.
I guess it's whether you want income or growth, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Chanimal, any thoughts?
I just like Alti. I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah. Can't go wrong with it. I mean, look at that. It performed better than everything else outside of Maxi.
Yep.
yeah, sure. And they're all weeklies too, right? The Maxis.
I don't remember about Maxi, but I know that these are definitely weeklies, these other ones. How about Neos? Do you guys know whether BTCI is weekly or not?
Nope.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm unsure. That's maybe something we can look at.
I'll check right now.
All right, cool, cool. Well, Migs checks on that. I wanted to point out, so the next thing we want to look at is Coinbase, anything that was based on Coinbase. And again, it's also, this is a 729, so this is what, July 29th. It looks like they had that drop during that time frame. And Granite. Granite is the one that lost the least amount.
Yeah, I think that run when
By the way, the NEOS is simply
Monthly. Okay, so BTCI is monthly.
98, I mean 0.98% expense ratio.
Yeah. All right. So now back to the Coinbase one. Um, I mean, we've all either are or have been in CONY. Um, that's interesting. This is obviously, by the way, like I think we might want to take a second look at this later on, because the fact that it's only looking back at such a short period of time, like it doesn't even capture a dividend on CONY in that time period. So we'll kind of come back to that, but in that short time period, we can see that Granite's actually doing the best. All right, now NVIDIA, this one is going back at least 2 months, so that's a decent look back. And it looks like Rex and Roundhill are the ones that are winning that one. Thoughts on that, guys?
Roundhill seems to be winning a lot of those
Yeah,
weeklies.
Rex has actually been doing pretty good.
Yeah, so in terms of why, right? So it's because Roundhill has got that 1.2x leverage. And if I remember, isn't Rex like 2x leverage?
1.25.
1.25. Okay, so just a little bit more than Roundhill, actually. Which one is the one that is 2x leverage? Is that Granite?
Well, no, I think, yeah, it might be the yield boost.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll
that's
look.
very interesting. But I mean, so I guess if it's at 1.2 and then 1.25, naturally these are going to be pretty close. Um, yeah, interesting. Very interesting.
10%. 10% from Yield Max. About 10% higher, huh?
Yeah, yeah, doing pretty good. So then Robinhood, for Robinhood, it looks like Defiance is the one that's got the better score. Is that just a timing thing?
Well, Defiance it's not a dividend one, it's just a growth.
Oh, they're just a growth stock. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Interesting.
I mean, if
Interesting.
people wanted to invest on it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, it's another option that's there, and I think
Yeah. Because look at that return. It's like double
yeah, that's a pretty crazy
what the
return.
actual underlying is doing.
That one's definitely got to be like a leverage fund. As we look at this, we also added the underlying for all of them, so we can kind of understand how we'd be doing if we just had simply chosen the underlying. And as you guys can all see, one of the things that stands out to me is yield max is always under the underlying, which is expected because of their covered call strategy. But then when you look at like Roundhill or Rex, which are that 1.2 leverage or more, they always beat the underlying. That's very interesting to keep in mind.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's jump over to the top and see whatever is next. What do we have? We have an AMD based one, and that's about a month of data. So Granite and looks like Yield Max. Both of these are the ones that are doing well. Um, interesting to see Yield Max actually, you know, coming in second for
Okay.
once. Is that just simply because AMD's too new?
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. All right. And then Tesla. What is the newest fund here? Like that is, well, either way, it looks like Rex is the one that's winning. They're actually positive. You know, and Tesla, I guess in that time frame hasn't moved too much. It's only dropped $2 and they've been able to, make some decent money out of that. So that's interesting.
It's all Rex leverage. 1.25
Yeah, they are 1.25.
for
Yeah.
all.
There's different ones though. Those are called growth and income ETFs. They also have covered calls but it's like for like crypto.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I mean, and that's important to point out, right? Is the strategy matters, and I would say that's the most important reason why we wanted to look at this side by side, is how do all the different strategies stack up, and what as investors like, and I'm talking about the three of us because this is not financial advice. For the three of us, we kind of take that into account, and this is gonna really like dictate how we handle our portfolios moving forward. So now we get to MSTR, and MSTR has obviously not been doing great at all. Um, and I mean, I guess Misty and MSI are the ones that are doing the best in terms of not losing as much.
3.69 for clients, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
I mean, this one is definitely high leveraged, I think, but yeah, this is also a small time frame. We'll double check on that at some point.
Yeah, there's also another one that we probably missed on like Bitwise. I think is the IMST. IMST.
That's right. I have heard of that before. Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
add it later.
We sure can. Yeah. And then finally we got Palantir. So for Palantir, like this one is nice. I like this because it actually goes back quite a long time.
Yep.
So you've got the underline, which is the best one to have invested in, and then Roundhill coming in second, and then Yield Max at last. That's really interesting to see as well. Like,
It's like 50% lower than Roundhill
yeah,
and
it's
SNOY.
kind of crazy. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but as I look at this, I feel like Roundhill is the one that's kind of catching my eye. What are you guys' thoughts, I guess, before we start looking at them all together?
Well, 19 versus 48.
Kind of a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely Roundhill. But then again, like I was saying earlier, like in this bull run or this
Yeah.
up market for these stocks that are winning, I don't know. I wanna get just looking at it makes me want to get in some, but are we too extended up? Is there gonna be a pullback?
yeah.
I'm
I heard there's gonna be a pullback, or like there should be a pullback, but like it's not really gonna be big.
Yeah. I just feel like it's very extended right now to be able to jump in and
Well, I mean,
start pulling back.
Not
well, like I
Tesla.
said,
Like
put
Tesla,
a limit sell on it just in case.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that's the kind of stuff we have to think about, right? Is putting that stop loss on it. If
Yep.
we do get into funds at this point, especially funds that we think are pretty high, like for me, Palantir, I think has had a really good run, right? Robinhood's having a really good run. So if we're jumping to things like that, I mean, even AMD has been doing really well. It's like, well, what is our stop loss going to look like? So that's something we can discuss, you know? But more importantly, I'd like to see how they perform over longer periods of time, especially with like maybe a graph that has seen a little bit of up and down throughout the year. Because they're leveraged, you're gonna as well as seeing the gains, you're gonna see the losses as well. And I kind of want to see how that plays out.
Well, during April there was that tariff when the tariff started and everything went down.
Yeah.
Maybe we can take a look around that time.
Sure enough, I've got it over here in March 17.
Look at that.
This is a new tab, guys. And so what's happening here is it's honestly all the same funds, okay? And we're tracking all the same information. But this time we can just simply look up here and see who won. And in this case, Roundhill won. What does that mean? That means if we look at all the different subsections, so like here, Roundhill won. And by the way, look at that, guys.
Wow.
Slightly beating the underline for Palantir, but you were getting dividends the entire time. Like
Wow.
that's nice to see. Where else did they right here? They won again, beat the underline. Um, and you got to collect dividends. Like this is pretty nice. Like, and this is a pretty good time frame to look back, right?
Yeah.
Going back to March, again, Roundhill. And as you can see, most of these are mainly yield max versus Roundhill because some of these other ones weren't there. But look at this. So that's 20% more than what yield max is giving on NVDY. Look at that. Like, I mean, the way this is looking, like, I don't know, Roundhill seems to be a
Yeah.
good one, a good approach. And the crazy part is,
And they pay weekly.
yeah, they pay weekly, so you're compounding faster. And then on top of paying weekly, they don't even do that much. Like they just buy leverage funds. They resettle them every week. Like they rebalance every week. And then they just give you a percentage of the winnings. You're uncapped on the upside, which is why it has the ability to beat the underlying, which is something Yieldmax cannot do, you know? I don't know. This is a big learning for me, I think,
And since it's weekly, like you can observe how it's doing. And if it's like you don't have to wait 4 weeks to like
to get
get
out,
disappointed
right?
on dividends or something.
Exactly.
You're like, you
Yeah.
know what? Time to move.
Exactly. It allows you to be more nimble. All right, well, guys, is there any other dates that you guys would like to punch in here and we can take a look and see what's going on?
Well, the only one that matters to me is when I started, so it's like April 1st.
April 1st? Well, let's take a look
Yeah.
at that. April Fool's Day, bro. You were playing with fire that day. All right. Well, again, Roundhill wins that. I mean, I guess it's pretty close
Yeah.
to that date I
Winner,
had earlier.
winner.
This is interesting. This maxi play on Bitcoin. But okay. I mean, even there though, Roundhill's doing pretty good with that YBTC.
Gee.
Again, Roundhill. Which, oof, look at that. Even better from that, dude. Must have had a better starting point. Um, I'm interested in seeing like what MSTR is going to do in the future, but I think it's also obvious that if it has
Go
bottom,
lower.
I mean, if it has bottom, MSCW is going to be interesting, but I don't know about you guys. I don't know that I'm going to be throwing more money at anything MSTR based. I think I have enough in there.
Financial advice.
Not financial advice.
It has
Hey, it did go up three bucks after hours.
Oh, dang. Breaking the bank, bro.
That's very bullish.
Oh, dang.
369.
just wait until it opens.
Yeah, right.
Pre-market.
I mean, guys, this to me is interesting. Look at that. Um, Man,
And
I
you know
mean,
another good thing about this, like Roundhill,
yeah,
like they pay on Tuesdays.
they
So if you want
do.
to like own Yieldmax and Roundhill, like you can be getting paid Friday and Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's nice.
Bam,
It's-
bam, bam.
Pa, pa, 2 for 1.
And then if you buy YBTC, I think they pay on Wednesday.
Yeah, most of the Rex shares they pay on Wednesdays, I believe.
Oh yeah, okay, okay.
So we can do like Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday,
Dang. Well, this
and
is good
then
stuff.
that one for Tesla TSLP from
Hmm.
Curve, I believe it pays on Thursdays,
Oh,
Uh,
but it's monthly though, so that's the only downside to it.
yeah.
you guys prefer monthly or weekly Stronger? Since you've been in the game, since you've been investing, what's your thought on that?
Wait, what was that?
Prefer monthly or weekly now?
Weekly.
Yeah, I think for all the reasons that Meg said earlier, where when it's weekly, you're pretty nimble. You can go in, you can get out. Things aren't looking too good, or you hear something. At least for me, right? Going from Yield Max to ULTY, right? I was in the Yield Max monthlies, and then I went to the Yield Max weekly. That was one of my biggest things where sometimes I could see things are coming and they're not doing great, but I'm like, man, let's say I already held 2 weeks. I can hold 2 more weeks, get my dividend, and then I'll make a decision. So much.
Disappointed.
Yeah, like so much can change in 2 weeks
Yep.
that I'd rather have the ability to say, okay, well, you know what? I need to wait a day, get my dividend, and then I'm out. Or I can say, oh, it pays in a day. I can get out right now, keep the money, not take the dividend, and because I'm going to go somewhere else and get a different dividend or whatever.
I think that's what happened like on during TSLY twice. Like when it was like 2 weeks from getting paid,
Hmm.
there was that DJT and Elon Musk
Right.
fight
That's
like
right.
2 months in a row.
Yeah,
And like we were kind of stuck.
that's right. And actually, wasn't one of those Tesla was actually going up real nice?
He was.
And then that happened and it just tanked
Yeah,
again.
it was the second time.
So yeah, like that kind of stuff really hurts the I mean the monthly fund. So I do
Yeah,
think being in a weekly is better.
yeah, because it was right before the robo taxi, and then that happened.
Yeah. Check out NVIDIA guys, 67% with Roundhill. And then damn, look at this.
Ooh,
AMD. What is
Granite
Granite doing?
making bank. That's what they're
They
doing.
are killing it. Is Granite not like a dividend? They don't pay dividend, huh? On this. This is just pure growth. That is insane.
I was looking at that define for HOOY
Hmm.
or hooks, whatever, HOOX.
This one?
Yeah, and it says distributions for declaration on 12/30/2025. So I don't know if it's like once a year or
Maybe they are, yeah. And that's why we didn't capture it here because it's too far in the future.
Yeah. Maybe it's the same thing with that AMDL.
It's possible, yeah, absolutely. Well, now we look at Coinbase and look at this. I mean, that is insane. 89%. And I'm comparing that to the 35% of yield max. What?
Pretty wild. Very wild.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Night
we've
and day.
been on Roundhill for too long, huh?
Yeah. All right. Well, and then of course in the end we have this one, which that's pretty crazy. I do want to point out again, even though we did already, but that obviously with leverage funds, the better something does, that leverage fund is going to pay out really well. That I don't know. Let me see. Let's go back to like January 1st. What existed then? Because that I'd like to see how they play out. Granite going crazy. Okay, so Roundhill, 20% here. And they just haven't been around long enough for us to see how they would do in one of these like pretty bear market. Yeah, they just haven't been around enough for us to make a good call on them. Because it's clearly amazing in a bull market.
Right. So definitely, guys, not financial advice. So don't jumping in diamond handing Roundhill because of these numbers, because I do think we're at the top.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Can we still go higher? Definitely, but I feel like we're pretty stretched. So I feel like there will be a pullback and don't want you guys to diamond hand and going all in. And the next thing you know, like, oh no, it's down 20% when
True.
it's probably down 10. So it is that double leverage. So
You don't want to be that guy who sells Pallady. Guy.
You don't want to be that guy, guys.
Don't.
oh
Hey, have
well.
you guys seen Bitcoin? 115.6.
Bitcoin's
And
playing with my emotions, bro. I need to chill.
you know what
It's an
that
all
means,
time.
right? MSTR hasn't bottomed yet.
Dang, this is crazy. All right, guys. So I guess after seeing what we saw today, um, does this change you guys' investment plan? Like, what does that do? And obviously, like, we're not just gonna make a decision right now, but like, what are you gonna look into now? Now that you know this, tell us what you think.
I'm gonna do it right now, lock it in. So I think what I'm gonna do, especially since like last week the ending everything was going down. So it might be like a good entry points for those Roundhill weekly pain for like Palantir, HOOY.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
okay.
think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just try it out, like put 1,000 on each one, just so I can observe how they're doing, how they go.
So like 1,000 shares, right?
Oh
Because you're
no!
such a whale.
Whoa! No.
You come at him
No.
sideways, bro.
Yeah, you again. What is it? No, 1,000 bucks
Oh, okay,
or
okay.
pennies, whichever one. Oh no, whichever one can get me one share.
I see, I see. How about you, Channel? What is this gonna do for your strategy moving forward?
So definitely, like I said, right earlier, I think we've been kind of sleeping on not just Roundhill itself, but definitely open up my eyes to other funds out there. So definitely looking. But right now I do feel like everything's a bit extended up. So maybe I do plan on, trimming some position from Yilmax, whether that be MSTY or CONY or TSLY. Those three I'll probably look to trim a little bit and then just have some money on the side. And I think my next buy will definitely, other than LT, but I don't think I'm going to be adding more LT. I think if I trim any other position from Yilmax is to just have that money on the side to look for other, like either Roundhill or Granite or Rexshare, whatever. But
Hmm.
definitely open my eyes to others. I think we've been a bit too focused on just Yield Max, honestly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
On that note, I think I am gonna trend down on Tesla and then put those funds into Brownhill and most likely Yieldboost or Rex.
Okay, Yield Booster Rex, gotcha. Sounds good.
Might also even trim Coney after the payment.
Got it. Okay. Well, no, I mean that's all good information. I think for me, I've already trimmed. a lot of yield max. At this point, I am about, about 50-50 on MSTY and ULTY. And so I'm going to start trimming that MSTY. I'm still thinking maybe next month, maybe the month after that. I'm not ready to sell right now, especially at these prices. But as the opportunity arises, yeah, I'll definitely be trimming MSTY, and I'll be switching it for, like, for example, this YBTC. Um, I think that's a good one to be in. I'm definitely looking at NVIDIA, AMD, HOOD. Those are probably the three that I personally am really looking at. And then I don't know, you guys, should I get back into some PLTW?
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Dominance.
All right. So maybe I'll jump into that, but yeah, ultimately that would be the direction I go in. But I wouldn't be using I guess the distributions to do so. I would just be repositioning my MSTY position into all the ones I just said. That's kind of what my, like, plan is at face value. I'll obviously think about this a little bit deeper, but yeah,
Yeah, it just sounds like we all agree that, we should be kind of spreading out a little bit out of just yield max. So I think we all
absolutely.
Well, yeah, we always been saying diversify, right? So not just diversify from GeoMax, like in GeoMax, but outside of GeoMax now.
yeah.
And
Absolutely,
like
guys.
and like we said in the beginning, right? Like everybody has been commenting, like suggesting different stocks and everything. So time to try it.
I think this space is really unique. We're in a very unique time in this period for high dividend yield stocks and investing. I think there's going to be lots of competition coming out, right? I think competition is good. So I don't know. I feel like, man, we're gonna need like we're gonna probably need to build a bigger software to just scrape everything that's going to be coming.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I
yeah,
agree, right? Like that, look at how many things here are empty. And this is us looking back to April 1st. Like that means so much of this stuff has come out since then. Obviously, like there's a lot of demand for these products. And so for me, it's very interesting to see how they generate income, like what strategy is going to end up being the best long term. Like that's the unfortunate part is we're only able to look back just a very short period of time. I wish I could look back, 2-3 years and say
right.
how's this been doing for the last 2-3 years. That'd be great because then you can see if a strategy is good or not long term.
I mean, you can check that on Tesla.
Well, Tesla is again just only a yield max, but I'd love to compare it to something else. Like how does that do against like a leverage style fund or something like that?
Yeah.
Because I mean it's also pretty obvious that covered calls will eventually start dropping, um, just because of the strategy, right? You're capped on the upside, you're not really capped on the downside, and you're having to produce that income through the covered calls, so you're always going to be worse than the underlying, right? It's an income strategy, which is how we're using it. And I think there's a place for that, by the way. Like I'm not saying that it's horrible or anything like that. What I'm saying is it's a tool and we got to use it the right way. And so yeah, this has been great. I think like we get to learn. That's just, I'm gonna go ahead and sort this. I guess do it the other way. Damn, kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's one key point here, guys, is I think everything's so new, right? There's not enough data to kind of look back and compare and kind of analyze that data. But that's the beauty of it because we're so early in this space.
Mhm.
It's growing, right? The opportunities is just growing. So it's just kind of insane to think about what's to come. So yeah, I'm excited. Definitely excited.
Yeah, me too. All right, guys, we'll definitely comment down in the comments. Let us know if this was helpful for you. Let us know if maybe you have more information that we should look into or other companies that we should look into. This for me was pretty eye-opening. I'd definitely love to hear if the audience thought this was good or not. I mean, as you can see, we take your feedback. It's really important to us. Because if one of you has a question out there, that means that either we have that same question or other people do. So we just want to be helpful in this space. After all, we're trying to build a community that helps each other out. So definitely let us know in the comments.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.
This guy.